Go, 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 and they're off. Race 1, Season 6 of Whedon Racing. And they're already tight into the first corner. Some cheeky plays, some gentle love taps. There's been an upset with one of the favourites of the race, George, deciding to have his priorities all upside down and not be here for the race today. We've got two new racers, Callum and Sebastian. How will they fare? With Russell taking an early lead. Oh no, what has he done? He's spun out with no one to blame but himself and the wall. Let's replay that from his brother's perspective, who takes the lead. Callum, Gary and Paul are into the corner. Oh no, what's happened? Callum has cut Paul up like a slice of cheese. And who was it who came into the back? It was Seb! Seb, who clearly mistook Paul for his brother-in-law Adam. Now we're watching Steve, and he's appeared to have parked. Let's just review that. Is this a new kind of... No, he's parked. Adam clearly thinks that was a good idea, and Ray is less keen. Let's review that from the beginning following Ray, shall we? He seems to be rather unhappy that Ben is in his way. Let's see what happens up ahead. Some quality parking, but very poor racing it seems. Now we're watching Alan, who clearly objects to the principle of a corner, losing out to Paul in the process. Now Jordan is also gaining, who appears to object to the principle of an Allen. How brutal! Now we're back with the race leader, Russell, showing us how it should be done. Some beautiful cornering. How will everyone else fare? Now we're on board with Callum, following the racing line on his founder Nathan. Oh dear! And there's a Paul as well. Let's review that from Nathan's perspective. Yes, he just hit the wall. Then Callum hit him, followed soon after by Paul, who just says, "Get out of my way." Then finally comes Alan, who just drags him all the way. Now finally Nathan is free, but that one small mistake has cost him greatly. Now back with Paul, who's going to take advantage of this lead, and he decides better of it. Oh dear, that'll be costly. And now Nathan takes his position. Now we're paying attention to Ray here, who decides his car is too heavy and his vision is too clear. No, he's reverted back to being able to see. Now focusing on Lee, chasing down Russ. Just closes the door on his brother. Get in your place. Even though you're the older sibling, I'm having none of it. Now returning to Ray, followed by Nathan and Paul as they exit the tunnel at a blistering pace. Ray and Nathan entering the corner a bit too slowly for Paul's liking. He tries to make ground and Nathan shuts the door, slamming it in Paul's face, breaking his nose in the process. Let's review that one more time. Now we'll go to Lee bearing down on Ray for some hot action. The sun's gone down, the lights are out. Let's see how this goes. Taking the corners with great speed. Passing Stephen, nice to see he's still with us. Let's just review how he's doing. He seems to be, is he trying to park? No, he's moving forward. Nice to see. Now that was a lovely bit of play by Ray and Lee, so let's just review it again. Nice to see Lee's taking his health and safety advice by keeping his lights on. Unlike Ray, says, no, I don't need lights. It's fine. Sweet racing. Lovely. So now we'll move forward to Lee again, hot on the tail of Jordan. Again, another person who doesn't really need light. It seems he is fine in his racing style. Let's see how he manages without being able to see just quite as clearly as Lee. Oh, he's shutting the door. No, Lee, you shall not pass. Now we're returning to Russell, hot on the tail of Paul, followed by Sebastian. Paul doesn't seem to be doing particularly well. There's a little bit of swerving going on. How will Russell get through this safely? Russell moves out wide of Paul, who decides he's just crashed into the wall. It's nice and easy there for Russell to get past. Now we return with Russell in the daytime, following Ray, and that's a clean take, climbing up the hill as the sun rises. What a beautiful sight. View that one more time, that clean line, that's lovely. Lovely racing. Now we return to Paul, hot on the tail of Alan. Some beautiful bumper-to-bumper racing. See if we can get past him for one and cleanly for two. Cleanly might have been asking too much. Now we're focusing on Lee, who has he parked as well? No, I think it may have been just the rain that threw him off as he tried to brake. Let's see how he recovers. Does he lose any ground because of this? Yes, Russell passed him. Oh dear. And now Sebastian's getting into the action. What could have caused that animosity? Oh, let's review from Sebastian's perspective. He's slowing down well to the corner. No, Russell's having none of it. Get out of my way! Clearly, Sebastian is angered by this and decides to take it out on Lee, identifying him as the weaker sibling and punching down. Now let's review that from Russell's perspective. He's having none of it, knocking everyone left and right. Get out of his way. No one is going to come between him and that podium. Now let's just take time to appreciate the beautiful view here today. Just some clean line racing there from Adam, just showing us how it should be done. Then we move on to Nathan, who is struggling, clearly taking some damage, decides not to take that corner. He's sick and tired of it. And we return to Paul, hot on the tail of Alan again. Can he take it cleanly and without damage? He can! It's amazing! It's possible. Now we'll return to Callum, who has been driving excellently today. Who's there, hot on the tail of Paul. Can he take it? Yes, he can. Simple, easy, efficient. This is definitely a lad to watch out for. Now we return to Lee. Again, health and safety first. Lights on, boys. Let's see how well he does exiting the pit lane. Oh, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. What happened? Let's review that again. Goes round the corner, staying within the line. And Nathan shuts the door again. But Lee comes out better for it. Now let us return some hot bumper-to-bumper racing with Sebastian hot on the tail of Gary. Clean lines and strong braking. How will they cope? Again, Sebastian proving to be a hot contester in this championship and a strong start. Now we return to Lee, hot on the tail of Jordan, who shut the door on him before. How will he cope? Will he take him, or will Jordan hold him off? At the moment, it looks like it's going Jordan's way. And Jordan decides not to take the corner. That's an interesting tactic. Will it pay off? No, it will not. However, Lee is taking damage. Now we return to Sebastian being hotly followed by Paul. bumper-to-bumper racing. I'm sure Paul is forgiving him for the knock earlier. No, maybe not. Still holding his tail. I'm sure Paul took no offense to being mislabeled as Adam. I take that back. He's cut him up pretty badly. Yes, Sebastian needs to learn the difference between Paul and Adam for future races. But Russell's denied as well. But first portion of race, from Russell's perspective, yes, Paul is being brutish and forcing people out of the way. Sebastian seems to have learnt a similar trick. Russell somehow still carries on. Now we're looking against Sebastian, holding the tail of Paul, giving him no breathing room whatsoever. Oh, what tactic will Paul try to employ to keep Sebastian at bay? Well, weaving is one. Now what? No, he didn't try the parking maneuver. It's backfired terribly. Russell again is not letting up, keeping the pressure on. Now let's move to some hot bumper-to-bumper action. What a maneuver! Who could do such a thing? It's Lee! Overtaking Ray in a fine manner. That's some excellent high-quality racing there we can all admire. Well done. Now let's move back to Russell and Jordan. Jordan's trying to close the door again. He's not happy with Russell's attempt at asserting dominance, and he does the same in turn. Will Russell feel intimidated now by Jordan's display of strength and cower before him? No, he won't. Excellent overtake on the corner. Again, fine racing. Now we move on to Liam, followed by Stephen Vasco, who seems to have fixed some of those problems he had earlier. Wait, I'm being told I need to review an incident that happened earlier in the game. On this similar junction, Stephen Vasco and Adam. Stephen's parked again. Did he mean to park on his roof? Stephen needs to have a stern talking with his team strategy manager. This just isn't paying off. And Adam gets away cleanly enough. View this again from Adam's perspective to see if there was anything he could have done to avoid this catastrophe. And no, there really wasn't much. However, Adam did seem to enjoy helping Stephen in his endeavours. We're yet to have a word from him on whether it was a strategy between the two races. And Stephen Vasco again ambitiously still trying to steer the car on the roof. How will that work? Now let us return to Russell, who again is going to show us exactly the right racing line and how to take a corner. Never mind! It seems he too has parked. It is a strange tactic that seems to be happening on the field. Some very strong reversing going on. Not sure if that's allowed, but never mind, he's away. Now we're going to move over to Ben, who's had a relatively quiet race, who struggles to the corner. The wet conditions are making it hard. Decides to reverse. Oh no! I'm not sure if reversing there was the best decision. Let's replay from the racer's perspective. Narrow miss. Again from the next racer. Not so narrow a miss. Now we're going to move on to the last few corners of the race. Callum trying to get past some of the back markers, neatly getting round. But he has someone holding his tail. It's Gary. Let's see how that works out as Gary tries to make up the ground. Will he do it? It does appear that it's a bit too congested and it's just too hard for Gary to make up the ground, meaning that Callum claims second place. But of course, Russell crosses the finish line in first. Who can stop this man? Maybe George, if he ever bothers to show up.